He's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him. It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party out. It's birthday time.
Hey, what's up guys, this is R2D264's back here again, another video for you guys, and today I am here discussing Willy's Wonderland, a 2021 horror film starring Nick Cage against some creepy animatronics. So let's talk about the film. Okay, so no spoilers in this section, but later I will be discussing spoilers. So if you want to avoid spoilers, stop the video right after I talk about my basic thoughts of the film. I really enjoyed the film. Nick Cage did a wonderful job. There was an awesome twist at the end that I didn't see coming. The animatronic effects are amazing. They're creepy as heck. I loved it. You should go check it out. So that's my non-spoiler. So now I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, stop the video. Go check out one of my other ones. So, let's talk about spoilers. So, Willy's Wonderland. I gotta admit, going into the film, my expectations are really high. I was expecting Nick Cage to go in there, kick some ass, take some names, a fun movie, and that's what I got. It's not an Oscar-worthy film or anything, but I thought it was a really fun horror action film. So, let me discuss some of the things that I really liked about the film. I really liked the effects. The effects to me were outstanding. The level of practical effects was just awesome. With the movie's budget being in between $5 and $10 million, I didn't know exactly how they were going to do the effects. And what they did was they got people in costumes and got them to move robotically enough. And the costumes were amazing. You really got into like the characters. They looked real and they looked really freaking good. And you just bought it. As the viewer, you bought right into it. The effects were spectacular. And all the blood and gore was just crazy, too. It looked really real. Oil was flying everywhere. Dirt and grime. Blood. It looked awesome. I really also loved how the oil just comes out of the animatronics when they get damaged. There was a little bit of CG used with Siren, Sarah, and the Chameleon. And I think both of them... I think Sarah's came out better because she's just moving faster, so you don't really see it. And with the Chameleon's tongue, it looked a little off to me. Like, okay, that's obviously CG. But when her tongue gets ripped and cut off, it looks really good. So when the little tongue's coming out and it can't attack the main lead, it was spectacular. Story. I really enjoyed the story of the film, with how the animatronics were actually just animatronics, and then you have the owner who's this crazy person who kills people. I thought that was really weird, and the fact that he got a gang of other serial killers together to do their sick and creepy things, and they all killed each other so they wouldn't get arrested, a la Jamestown. Or Jimtown. Jim and the Kool-Aid. Anyways, I thought all of that was weird and creepy, but cool at the same time. It was interesting how the animatronics came to life, and all these actual people started possessing them, so they were almost like humans. Although, we don't really see much of the quote-unquote serial killer people all that much. We see them, but we don't see their actions. So I wish they kind of showed us more about how bad these people were. I mean, the main bad guy kills a kid in a Willy costume, so that's bad. But we don't really see what the other characters do, which I think could have been expanded on. I want to say, just a quick little note, I think there's a mistake during the scene where you see them all dead. I can only count 7. And there's 8 animatronics, so what's up with one of them? Like, was there... I think it's just a movie mistake, honestly. I don't think it has any lore. I find it interesting that there's a person missing. So, one of the animatronics might not be possessed, or might have already been possessed. Who knows? I mean, Sarah, she's a pixie. She's completely different from the other ones. You never know. But, anyways. I thought the story was really, really good. One of the other things I really liked about the film was Nicolas Cage. I thought Nicolas Cage did a wonderful job as the janitor of Willy's Wonderland. He kicked ass, he took names, and badass. He's just pure badass. He's like the Doomslayer. He goes in there, he ain't afraid of these animatronics, and he butchers all of them. Not one is able to really get away. And, oh man, he just kicks ass in the role. It's like, the best way I can describe it is almost like watching the Doom guy. Like, just, he goes in there, his hands get tied behind his back, and he just kicks ass. He doesn't even need his hands. And just, he did a wonderful job acting. I love the fact that every single time he fought an animatronic and his shirt got trashed, he went and just got another shirt on. Like, I'm here, I'm cleaning this place, ain't no animatronic gonna stop me. I thought it was fun, entertaining. It was great. I loved it. It was... Nicolas Cage did an amazing job in the film. One of the other thing I really, really enjoyed, like I had mentioned earlier, the animatronics. They're all very distinct. Now, I'm not trying to harper on Scott Cawthon or anything, but Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica's bodies are all the same. So they look really low budget, and Freddy and Bonnie's heads are actually the same. So they look different, but they look very similar. They look very uniform, which makes sense, but they don't really stand out from each other. And Golden Freddy's just a copy of Freddy, and Foxy's the most unique one. So it was and the Banana Split characters are just kind of globs of orange, yellow, and brown, gray. So, anyways, Willy's Wonderland animatronics, they stand out really well amongst each other, and they kind of fit a theme. You got kind of a medieval fantasy thing with the fairy and the knight that kind of reminds me of Pixie Woods, which is kind of weird. But anyways, the animatronics are great. They all stood out from each other. You have a turtle who's Mexican, who's a little stereotypical, but it's not bad. It's not, to me, it's not bad. Anyways, and he's speaking Spanish, and I thought that was really cool how in the location of the movie, which I thought was Texas, but apparently it's Nevada. It's one of them, because one of the characters in the film whose name is Tex says just like the state, so I'm pretty sure they mentioned Texas, maybe in Nevada, but anyways, it's cool that they had inclusion of a Mexican character. That makes sense. And he actually spoke both English and Spanish, which I thought was awesome. And his death scene was quite entertaining. So, I thought all the animatronics looked great. Like I mentioned, the practical effects are off the chain. They looked great. They all had distinct personalities from each other, and they all died very gruesome deaths, which is always entertaining. One of the other things I really enjoyed after watching the movie was the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just amazing. There are songs with high tense, with and there's horror and a little bit of metal in there. So the music is really good. The two main songs, the Willy's Wonderland, It's Your Birthday, yeah, to me it's a little annoying, but I kind of like it at the same time. It gets you right into that whole atmosphere of being in a play, like a Chuck E. Cheese or something, or like a John Cro's Pizza. where you're surrounded by all these people and they're wishing you happy birthday. So I thought it fit good. And the other song, and one of the songs that I really like is the more 80s Willy's Wonderland song. I genuinely love that song. I've listened to it pretty much every day since I've seen the film. The other song that I really like, I can't remember the name of it, but it'll be on screen, I promise. I thought the song was really good. It reminded me of my grandfather. It has very much of a Western tone to it, and it's really good. So that's all the stuff that I liked. Now talking about the stuff that I did not like. And unfortunately, there is a fair amount of stuff that I didn't really like. One of the things that I honestly didn't really like were the teenagers. They just brought... To me, they just halted the film. It was going so good, and then these stupid teenagers show up and ruin most of the film. Okay, not most of the film, but they aren't really entertaining. They don't really stand out from each other, and they're all kind of stupid. And one is a giant simp for a girl who he doesn't ever get to go hang out with, really. So, yeah, that was kind of lame. And the fact that you have the stereotypical two idiot teenagers that go into a room during a horror film and have sex. Like, yes, obviously, that's the best place to be doing the deed where animatronics can eat you. Oh, and better, they do it in the place where many a children and family were murdered and where the main bad guys got killed themselves. So, yeah, definitely the room where I want to be doing. I thought that was really stupid. And the other two, the other three male teenagers, they all died quite quickly, and one of them, oh gosh, he was really stupid. Cammy the Chameleon was there, being like, oh, I'm super friendly and nice, and unlike the others, and I was like, yeah, right, sure. And he got out of cover, and I was like, dumbass, she's lying to you. And there's an editing thing in the movie where you have the cops talking about the backstory of the place, and you see Cammy Chameleon kill a couple. And I was like, you shouldn't have done that. They should have put that afterwards so the audience still has suspense on whether, is she really friendly? Is she really evil? What's going on? And you see her kill earlier, and you're like, yeah, of course, yeah, she's evil. So you lose some tension there, which is kind of a bummer. But I really liked Love, I don't remember her name exactly. I think it's Liz. I really liked her. I thought she was okay. I liked the fact that even though Nick Cage left her, she defended herself pretty okay. I'm actually, speaking of that, some of the fight scenes I didn't really love. I mean, they're all good, but the one with Gus, I thought was it's not a bad scene, but it's the one I have the most issues with. So, Nick Cage goes into a bathroom let me back up. Nicolas Cage, the janitor, gets distracted by Willy and his friends singing a song. So he goes over, turns off their power, and then the bathroom door slams shut. One of the animatronics went into the bathroom. So he goes into the bathroom, and Gus the gorilla is in there. He's in one of the stalls, so he opens them up, and then he opens the final one up, and Gus is nowhere to be seen. And then Gus just apparates out of nowhere and knocks him into the wall. Like, what? Where was he? Was he just hanging up there? Like, he'll never find me up here. Note to self, always look up. It's in my book of how to deal with ninjas. Always look up. So, where did he come from? Can he teleport? They have to be able to short-range teleport or something. So I thought that was kind of dumb. And the other thing I didn't really like in the scene is the fact that Nick Cage is able to pretty much toss him around. Now, I know strength when it comes to getting into fights and having your adrenaline just pump right through you gives you a lot of strength to really have at it. So there is that factor into it, but most animatronics are about 100 to 200 pounds, so I just it kind of took me out of the fight going, yeah, I don't think that's how that would actually work. But nevertheless, I thought it was entertaining. It was kind of cool watching Gus get his head crushed into a bathroom urinal. So the other two little fight scenes I had a little issue with is the one with Artie the alligator. He again gets tossed around like a rag doll, and I was like, okay, I'm calling BS on that. Either that or this janitor's just ripped. I mean, earlier in the film you see dog tag, so he's part of the military, or was part of the military, so he's quite badass, but I doubt that he'd be able to toss around a 200 animatronic. And then he King Kongs it, so it makes up for the rest of the scene. But the other thing I didn't really like was the fact that during the final battle, Willy the Weasel cuts the bad guy cop in half. And it's like, well, crap! How's the Terminator gonna get out of this one if Willy just has instant kill move? And Willy proceeds to not use his instant kill move again and just tears up Nicolas Cage. Like, why? Why wouldn't you attempt that again? Or kill the cop but just slash the back out of her, nailing her spine, killing her? I thought that would have been better. That would have made a lot more sense. But anyways, one of the other things I didn't really like is, who is the janitor? Now, I'm kind of conflicted on this one, because I liked it, and at the same time I didn't really like it. There were some things I enjoyed, but I don't know. It was weird that he was silent for the whole film. I understand where they were going with it, though, but he doesn't speak at all. He doesn't speak at the film. Anytime during the film, he screams a little bit, but he doesn't speak. We don't really get to know him. We don't know exactly why he's there. Is he there here on purpose? Is he just randomly here? I felt like there was going to be purpose. He was going to go back there and avenge a family member or something, or a girlfriend or something, but nope. So I thought he was going to have some kind of connection with Liz, but nope. So I thought that was kind of lame, but what can you do? One of these days, I'm sure we'll get the script. The script will be leaked out, so we know what the heck the motivations of the Nick Cage character is, but for now, it's fun to theorize. So I thought it was an interesting move, and I hope it gets done more often in film. Anyways, so the last thing I want to talk about are some why questions, which is kind of in the why didn't like section. These are the but why. Question number 1. If the cops and the new owner know that the animatronics are evil and been hurting people, why don't they just shoot the animatronics and destroy them? Why don't they get a gang of redneck hippies and just blow up the animatronics or shoot at them? And they're animatronics. They're not built like tanks. You could take them out with a shotgun. Multiple shotguns wielded by multiple people. Like, okay, so you're called crazy. Just have at it. Target practice. Just something. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you continue to let them kill your people? Like, go in there with a gang of rednecks with guns and blow them to hell. Rednecks are always ready to shoot stuff. But that didn't really make any sense to me. I wish there was more of a motive, like they wanted to keep it open because they were gaining something, money, wealth, fame. It's something like the fact that they're not being attacked just doesn't make any sense. Like, okay. Anyways, the other thing that kind of bothered me at the beginning of the film and kind of bothered me after watching the film was, okay, so there's eight animatronics against one guy. Why don't they just bum rush him? I mean, there's 8 of you guys. 8. There's no way one individual is going to be able to defeat 8 of you all at once. So just go at him and just attack them all at once. Like, just go. Nope, they send an ostrich, and then they send a gorilla, and then a bunch of other idiots join in, and then they all get killed off one by one. It's But, yeah, this is... So, those are the stuff I didn't like, but to me, it doesn't make the film worse. It's just me wanting to be a critic and really diving deep into other people's projects and really looking into it deeply and going, okay, what worked, what didn't work, what could be improved, and other stuff like that. But I still enjoyed the film. Some of the other highlights for me was Siren Sarah. I don't know exactly why, but she was just creepy in the right way, and I like her just overall design. And I like the fact that she kills off the owner and his little mechanic friend at the end. I thought that was a good way to send those characters off. And I love Siren Sarah's voice. It's so like cute and charming and sweet. And I blame my grandfather at this point because he likes Tinkerbell and Siren Sarah's a pixie. So I guess it must run in the family or something. And my favorite scene out of the whole film, besides all the Nicolas Cage versus animatronic scenes, was when the cops have come in, they've unlocked the doors, and they've tried sacrificing Nick Cage to the rest of the animatronics by tying him up. And Nicolas Cage wipes out the other two animatronics, and he goes out and he starts throwing the animatronics away in this giant bin. And the cops looking at him going, how are you alive? And all Nick Cage does is just wave at him. I thought that was so perfect, and that's why I added it into my plushie remake of the video. That was hilarious. It was just freaking awesome. And it's just overall a fun film. Oh yeah, and one other thing that I didn't really care for is the fact that one of the cops dies, and I don't know. I personally didn't feel like that cop should have died. He seemed like he was going to be, okay, you know what, I agree with you, Liz, these animatronics are bad, alright, let's go back and get them, and then he dies. Which I thought was kind of dumb. And the fact that the turtle was able to get 2 shotgun shells out of a pump shotgun, I don't believe that. There should have been at least 1 round in the chamber. But overall, I thought Willy's Wonderland was a fun film. I really want one of those Willy Wonderland t-shirts. I think it'd be awesome. Watching an interview with the director, he did mention that he wants to get shirts out there. So hopefully in the next couple of months, I can get my hands on a shirt or a couple plushies of the Willy Wonderland characters, because it would be awesome to do almost a remake of my video, because I thought my video came out really good, but there's always that desire to improve, or maybe I'll do a different project with the Willy's Wonderland characters that you guys will, I guess, will have to wait and find out if I ever do it or not. Anyways, guys, I enjoyed Willy's Wonderland. What did you guys think of the film? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Say something in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Did you like the film? What did you like? I'm just repeating myself now. Do you think the Master Chief could go in there and kick all their asses? The answer is yes. As like animatronic horror. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Yes, you can kind of compare it to Five Nights at Freddy's, but from what I've heard, the director said that he had this idea long before Five Nights at Freddy's became a thing. So, anyways, guys, this is R2D264's. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Peace!